Turns out even Disney doesn't have the power to change the name of a zoo so it can release a film with the original name. The world has changed. Hello and welcome to Red Shoe Media with me, Tom Elgie, and today I am reviewing the movie Zootopia, or Zootropolis as it's called in this country, or if you're in Germany, Zoomania. Due to a view in Europe called Zootopia, they had to change the name, and Zootropolis is what they went with for most of Europe, but for some reason Germany was like, you know what, nah, Zoomania. Whatever you want to call it, this movie is just great start to finish. I love this film. It's a great movie for all the ages, and I had a really good time watching this film. So I'm quite the Disney fan, as you know, so when the 55th animated Disney film comes out, I'm in line to see it for opening weekend. So this story follows Once Upon a Time star Ginnifer Goodwin's character, Judy Hopps. And she's always dreamed of being a police bunny, but in the society that they live in, police bunnies aren't really accepted. It's not really something that really happens. Bunnies don't become police officers because they're not the right type of animal. But despite this taboo, she breaks it and goes for it anyway, and she becomes a police bunny and is transferred to Zootropolis, Zootopia, whatever you want to call it, to become a member of the ZPD. And on her first day, she is really excited. I love the sequence when she moves in. I love her neighbours in the film. They're really funny. I won't spoil too much for you. There will be a couple of spoilers in this review, but I will let you know when they're coming, so don't worry about that. But some of this is just really, really great. So despite her excitement, she is given the task of being a meter maid on her first day, and that is really disheartening for her, but she puts everything into it, gives it her all, and does a really good job. On her travels, she comes across a dashing fox, voiced by Jason Bateman, called Nick Wilde. At the start of the film, we learn that Zootopia has 14 missing animals that have gone missing, and we are not sure why, and she really wants to be involved on that case, but for some reason they don't put her on it. So her and Nick decide to take matters into their own hands, and I have to say the chemistry between these characters is phenomenal, but even better than their chemistry is how great these characters actually are. They both hold up as great characters in their own right, but the chemistry is also great, and that is what really makes this a solid film. Without that, it would just fall apart. Above all, this movie shocked me in that while being a great film for children, as with most modern day Disney flicks, it's also a very powerful story with a very powerful message that resonates with both children and adults, and I think that is where Disney is at its finest. When it hits that and it nails it, that's when it is at its best. It's basically adult themes in a child-friendly universe, and that's what we want to see. I mean, there were some really hard-hitting themes in this movie. We're talking drugs, we're talking corruption, disloyalty, discrimination, literally all of it gets covered, and I think in the modern-day society that we live in, that is very important to relay that message on to children in this way. Not only does this film teach children that stereotyping isn't the right thing to do, but it also teaches things like not to trust everybody, especially everybody in power, which in the current things that are going on in the world, that is a very, very bold statement to make, but Disney don't care. We'll do it. We can. And they do it brilliantly. I also love how in this film, Disney is willing to laugh at itself. There is moments in this film where there are homages to itself that are not the usual Mickey Mouse ears and things like that. There's homages to itself where there's one bit where there's DVDs laid out on a black market and they've got like Wreck-It Rhino and stuff like that. It's really, really clever. Really well done. And even that bit in the trailer with the sloths at the DVLA, my god, I thought that was going to be a drag when it started, but the way they edited it was slightly different, and I was laughing probably more than I did in the trailer. In context, that is even funnier, and that is not Flash's only bit, that's all I will say. And it is hilarious what they do with that. I really hope they bring out some sloth t-shirts for the summer. It's got to be done. I'm going to make one if there isn't one. Ooh. In short, this film is awesome, it's got many great characters, the story's strong, and I'm really hoping they make a sequel. In fact, I am expecting a sequel. It is that good that I think it will hold up with a sequel. I actually want to see a sequel for this more than I want to see a sequel for Frozen. And if there isn't a sequel, I'll be both surprised and disappointed. So that's my review of Zootropolis / Zootopia. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a review. Drop us a like if you like this video. Thank you as always for watching, it's been an absolute pleasure, and until the next time, see you around.